Over 1 million Illinois residents have benefited from an educational program that teaches SNAP recipients about nutrition. But since the Trump administration's massive budget bill cut $287 billion in SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, the program known as SNAP Ed is coming to an end after 30 years. Joining us now with more on the local impact are Dalen Dufelmeyer, director of the Chicago Partnership for Health Promotion at the University of Illinois Chicago, and Denitria Adams, nutrition specialist of the Chicago Partnership for Health Promotion at the University of Illinois Chicago. Thanks to you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Dalen, first, why don't you tell me how this program works, please?
So we get money from the federal government, passes through the state, and goes to the University of Illinois system, and then it's split between Extension, which is housed in Urbana-Champaign, and then UIC, which is at our office, the Office of Community Engagement, Neighborhood Health Partnerships, and we focus exclusively on the city of Chicago, where we deliver nutrition education to anybody who's eligible for SNAP benefits. So any federally means-tested program, if you're eligible for our services, and we work, doesn't matter the age or the location. We do nutrition education, physical activity, healthy lifestyle training.
Well, why is that helpful? Why is that useful for folks who are receiving SNAP benefits?
It's a good question. So when the idea is that if you're getting money from taxpayers, that you should be as kind of mindful and efficient with that spending, so there's no waste, fraud, or abuse, something like that. And our program, we help people stretch their dollars as far as they can through the different activities, cooking at home, meal planning, prep, shopping, grocery store planning, that kind of thing. So we help people spend their dollars wisely. And that's the hope.
And making healthier choices, obviously,
making
hopefully.
Choices,
yeah. Denitria, tell us about your role in the program. What do you do?
Okay, I'm a nutrition peer educator. I go out in the community. The community I serve is the Roseland and Pullman community. What I do is I go out and I teach nutrition education and also physical activities to seniors, churches, libraries, farmers market, promoting the classes that we teach. I do two different kind of classes when I'm going in the community. One is Create Better Health, and in that class, I not only teach nutrition education and physical activity, but I also do a cooking demo. And in that demo, with the Create Better Health, they get a sample. Now, the other class that I teach is Cooking Matters. In that class, they get to take the full meal home and cook the meal that I prepared before them.
So they can do that at home based on what
Correct.
they've learned in your class. What kind of misconceptions do you hear from folks when it comes to cooking and nutrition facts?
Well, one of the misconceptions I just dealt with last week was one of my clients decided that they wanted to go back and start cooking with lard. And that's not a healthy choice. And I had to break it down to that client why it's not a healthy choice. And because of that, if you're cooking in lard, if it's hard before you cook it, when you ingest it, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to get hard,
harden, yeah.
and then your arteries are going to get clogged up.
Right. So important, like nutritional lessons like that. Like
Correct.
Yeah.
Not only that, the physical activity part as well, because you can eat well all day, but you also have to be physically active as well. Some movement is better than no movement.
Dalen, how will the programs, the loss of funding, how will that impact the work that you do, the food access advocacy work?
So it's a great question. That's one of the biggest challenges is the access component. We can teach nutrition education all day long, but if families can't access the foods or access the resources they need to engage in the knowledge that they've just learned, it's kind of a work for naught. And one of our big programs, or one of our newer innovative programs, is our Top Box Meal Kit project, where we're able to kind of get around the access issues by having meals delivered directly to people's homes. We think this is one of the first projects in the country that actually allows people to use their EBT card, so Link in Illinois, to purchase meals and have them delivered directly to their home. Again, not having to do, massive investments in, grocery store infrastructure and things like that, but solving that issue immediately. And with our, funding cut, it's a big deal. We won't be able to support this project and provide the wraparound services that, help people actually take advantage of this project, which is the recipes, the nutrition facts labels, things like that, and helping Top Box, ideate on what to do next.
As we've discussed, the Republican-led House Committee on Agriculture, it claimed that the SNAP Ed program yielded no meaningful change, called it a waste of taxpayers' money. Dimitri, I'm going to come to you on this one first. How have you seen this program, personally affect people's lives, the people who receive the services and the benefit?
One of the things is the clients, they want this program. They have not been introduced to this program until we came along. And now that that's going to be cut from it, they don't have that access. They don't have the knowledge of how to eat well, how to be healthy, and also how to be physically active.
Dalen, same question to you. How have you seen this impact people, and what are your concerns?
So one of the things that I'm particularly proud of with our program, there's a lot of focus on, individual people's transformation. Somebody lost a bunch of pounds, or they're cooking more at home, things like that. That's wonderful. But the thing that I'm most proud of is our work also with the institutions that are taking care of the people, right? So this is your Chicago Public Schools, this is your Chicago Park District, these are your local groups like the Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation, and we work with these groups to help them adopt a culture of wellness, a culture of health. And so those are the things that I'm most proud of, and I really want to challenge this notion of it being a wasteful program or something that doesn't yield benefits, because the things that we do behind the scenes pay dividends for the future, right? Sometimes when you plant a seed for a tree, you may not experience the shade that the tree provides in the future. But that doesn't mean that the work is not valuable, and that's where we stand. We think that we make an investment now in the communities that we live in, that we work in, that we play in, and that it'll pay off in the future with healthier children, next generation.
That's a very good place to leave it.